You can work. You can pay bills. You can be at home. And yet, be absent. Not out of malice, but out of exhaustion, out of distraction, out of survival. And today I want to talk to you, man, who is trying to be a father, but feels like you're failing inside. Because fatherhood isn't just physical presence. It's commitment. It's spirit. It's responsibility with a name and surname. Maybe you didn't have a father. Maybe you had a father who was too harsh. Maybe you had a father who was there, but never really with you. And now you look at your children and think, I don't know if I can do this. Identifying the struggle of today's man. Today's man lives surrounded by noise, financial pressure, hidden anxiety, and a constant temptation to run away. And I'm not just talking about the man who disappears. I'm talking about the man who keeps functioning. But inside he's already switched off. He wakes up, works, solves problems, endures. But he doesn't feel. He doesn't talk. He doesn't surrender. He just survives. And there's something else few men admit. Many of us are tired of trying to be strong all the time. Because the world doesn't ask you to be faithful. It asks you to be fast, productive, switched on all the time. And then you get home with an empty tank. And what's left, you give to a screen. Cell phone in hand. Mind elsewhere. And your son is trying to claim a piece of you. Do you realize? Today's absence is silent. It makes no noise. It doesn't cause a scene. It just creates distance. And when you see it, your son has already learned not to look for you anymore. Some men also live an internal war between two fears. The fear of being too harsh, and hurting others as they were hurt. And the fear of being too soft, and losing respect, losing control, losing their way. So they get stuck in the middle. Without conviction. Without direction. Reacting to the day. And reactivity doesn't build a house. Reactivity only puts out fires. Another real struggle is comparison. You open the internet and see the perfect dad. Playing. Smiling. Present. Organized. And you think, I can't handle it. But let me tell you the truth. The internet shows snippets. God works with reality. You don't need to perform fatherhood. You need to embrace fatherhood. And here comes a question that weighs heavily, but heals. Are you distracted, or are you avoiding? Because distraction can be managed. But avoidance must be confessed. Some men avoid because they feel guilty. Guilty for not being present. Guilty for speaking too harshly. Guilty for missing moments that will never return. And unresolved guilt becomes two things. Either aggression, or distance. But God doesn't call you to live guilty. He calls you to live responsibly. And responsibility isn't about carrying condemnation. Responsibility is about stopping outsourcing what is yours. And many men are losing their rhythm at home for a simple reason. They are not leading themselves. When you don't lead your habits, your eyes, your sleep, your temper. You try to lead the family by yelling, or by controlling, or by remaining silent. But biblical leadership begins in secret. It begins with character. It begins with the yes and the no that no one sees. And then, suddenly, your children are growing up. And you feel you've lost the connection. Lost your voice. Lost your place. And when a man loses his place in the home, he tries to compensate with control. Or with permissiveness. Or with distance. But God didn't call you to be a ghost father. Nor a tyrannical father. Nor a childish father. God called you to be a present, firm, and faithful father. Biblical perspective, positioning and responsibility. The Bible doesn't romanticize a man's life. It calls men to responsibility. In Deuteronomy 6, God speaks about faith in daily life. Speaking on the way, sitting at home, getting up, lying down. In other words, spiritual formation is not an event. It's a rhythm. And this confronts a common mistake. Thinking that fatherhood is solved with a special day. A walk. A gift. A promise. These things have value. But they don't replace what a child needs most. A father who is predictable in love. Constant in his care. Firm in his direction. Fatherhood is discipline of love. It's repetition. It's consistency. And when we look at God as Father, we learn something essential. He is not absent. He is not unstable. He is not guided by moods. He is constant. And here's the point. One of the greatest gifts you can give your children is stability. Not perfection. Stability. A child needs to know where you stand. How you react. What you value. What is the yes that remains yes? And what is the no that remains no? That is security. Now, I want to correct a misconception that many men carry. Authority is not shouting. Authority is not threatening. Authority is not imposing fear. Biblical authority is assumed responsibility. It's the man who arrives and says, I will take care of what is mine. I will answer before God. I will serve this house. That changes everything. Because when the father doesn't take a stand, someone else will fill the void. Sometimes it's chaos. Sometimes it's the cell phone. Sometimes it's an outside influence. Sometimes it's the child themselves running the house. And you don't need to dominate your home. You need to shepherd your home. There's a text that always puts man in his rightful place. Ephesians 6 verse 4. Fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. That's balance. It's not brutality. It's not omission. It's upbringing. Disciplining without humiliating. Teaching without crushing. Correcting without unloading. And notice, the text speaks of discipline and instruction. Discipline is setting limits. Instruction is the path. Some parents only set limits and don't provide guidance. They raise rebellious or withdrawn children. Others only provide guidance and never set limits. They raise insecure, directionless children. The biblical father does both. And he does it with his heart in the right place. And if you ask, but how do I do that if I'm broken? The answer begins like this: you position yourself before God first. Before demanding anything from your child, you surrender. Before demanding character, you seek character. Before asking for respect, you learn to honor. Because biblical fatherhood is power with purpose. Authority with service. Strength with gentleness. And this doesn't come from nothing. It comes from a man who surrenders to God from within. The blind spot, the unformed man. I'll tell you something respectfully, but truthfully. Many men want to be better fathers, but continue living like wounded boys. And I'm not saying this to accuse you. I'm saying it because there is healing. And there is a way. You didn't choose many of the things you've experienced. But you choose what you will repeat. Your son doesn't need a father who knows everything. He needs a father who learns, who takes responsibility, who comes back, who asks for forgiveness. Do you know what breaks cycles? It's not speeches. It's humility with action. The mature man does something rare. He looks at himself without lying. He stops blaming everyone else. And he also stops hating himself. He says, I made a mistake. I'm here. I'm going to build differently. Spiritual practices for a real father. Now I want to give you simple practices. They're not magic. They're not emotional. They are paths. 1. Reclaim your place with intentional presence. Presence is not being in the same room. Presence is attention. Choose a fixed time of day to be fully present. 20 minutes. No cell phone. No television. No second screen. Ask simple questions. How was your day really? What made you happy? What scared you? Can I pray for you? At first it may be difficult. That's okay. Consistency opens the door. 2. Use your voice to build up, not to hurt. Many children have memories of fathers like this. A father who only speaks to correct. Or a father who only speaks to demand. Or a father who only speaks by shouting. You can change that. Before correcting, affirm the bond. I love you. And that's why I'm going to teach you. Correction without love becomes resentment. Love without correction becomes confusion. 3. Quickly correct when you make a mistake. Men think that asking for forgiveness weakens them. But asking for forgiveness the right way strengthens the home. You don't lose authority when you say, Son, I got carried away. Forgive me. You teach your son to be a man too. And if you are married, learn this. Your son is watching how you treat his mother. The emotional security of the home depends on honor. 4. Bring God into everyday life without theatrics. You don't need to become a preacher at home. You need to be genuine. Pray with simple phrases. Lord, give wisdom. Protect my child. Help us to be a family. Read a short passage from the Bible with them once a week. 5 minutes. The secret isn't duration. It's frequency. 5. Firmly cut off what is stealing your heart. Now, here I need to be direct and pastoral. If something is holding you back and making you double-minded, it will cost you dearly. Pornography, for example, is not a habit. It's a school of selfishness. It trains your heart to use and discard. And this contaminates your home from within, even silently. You don't overcome this with shame. You overcome it with light, discipline, and help. Confession to a mature man in faith. Blocked access on your cell phone. Routine. The Word. Follow-up. It's not instantaneous. But it is possible. Identity. The Father is not a savior, he is a faithful servant. Listen, you are not the Messiah of your home. You are a father. And that is great enough. Your son doesn't need you to carry the world. He needs you to carry your responsibility. And responsibility, in the Bible, is love in action. Sometimes you won't have money to spare. But you can have honor. You can have truth. You can have routine. You can have firmness. You can have affection. And when you fail, because you will fail, you return to your place. Fatherhood is about returning. Returning to the table. Returning to the conversation. Returning to the truth. Returning to God. A call, a new positioning, clear and gentle. So let me ask you some questions that aren't meant to hurt you. They're meant to wake you up. What do your children receive most from you today, attention or leftovers? Do they know your smile, or only your tiredness? Does your home feel your leadership, or only your mood? Today, you can take a stand. Without drama. Without promising what you won't deliver. Just with a genuine step. Maybe your step today is to send a message to your wife. I want to be a better man at home. Help me. Maybe it's to call your son and say, I haven't been the father I should have been. But I'm here now. Maybe it's to go back to church. Back to the Word. Back to discipline. Not to appear holy, but to be faithful. Because a man of God is not a perfect man. He is a broken, responsible, and steadfast man. You are not alone. And if you feel you've already messed up a lot, listen calmly. God is an expert at rebuilding men. And when a man changes his position, the house feels it. Not because he becomes a superhero, but because he stops running away. You don't need to get everything right today. You need to stop moving forward. And if you've never had a role model, God can be your father. And he can teach you to be a father. Start small. But start for real. Today, choose to be the man who stays. Who listens. Who protects. Who corrects with love. Who prays. Who takes responsibility. You have been called to take your place. With faith. With responsibility. with consistency. This is your calling to fatherhood. Stand firm. Now leave your like, comment on what spoke to you most, share with your friends and of course, subscribe to our channel, activate the bell and don't miss the next message. Subscribe and stand firm, men.